Sadness is back.
If you just want to save or miss, LAFC lose. Blessing has to make to keep the shootout alive. And Blessing does this time.
And ultimately coming back and doing what you needed to do against, as we said, a very, very good LAFC team, keeping your nerve when it came down to the penalties. And it is the
2014 season in the USL. Very happy memories of playing here. Nani at pace, and it's been turned in. Orlando City strike first. Nani causing the consternation and taking the acclaim. And we came into the game tonight talking about Dotson versus Nani. One player that's won 4 Premier Leagues, the other one that's come out of college. A direct ball, great first touch from Nani. And in this tournament, he has been spot on. That is now his second goal to go along with the 3 assists. Minnesota have been good. They may have been the better team, but Oscar Pereira and Orlando City, they've got the lead. Mendes. Trying to cut it beautifully. One of the highlights of the entire tournament. Nimble Nani, still at 33. A headline grabber and a game changer. Taking on players 1v1. He's in the conversation as the MVP of this tournament. But from 19, 20 yards out, you have to put pressure on a player that has this kind of pedigree. No pressure on him whatsoever from Dotson. A player of that quality can pick out a corner anywhere on the field. Nani has put Orlando City on his back. 2-0, 43 minutes in. Nani. And now, the chance for Orlando, finally, to finish this off. Benji Mitchell. And he has. And Orlando City will host their own final party. And MLS is back. Set piece, a great ball, great quality, unbelievable finish. I'd rather have the ball and figure out how to improve with the ball than without it. And towards Pereira, picks himself up and scores. The equalizing goal has been sniffled as much as anything else. And it's only the second time that the Uruguayan has scored for Orlando City, getting a real dangerous spot and deliver a ball in. Akindele makes that near post run. Yeah, Nani maybe takes an extra touch or two, but he moves Zubric away from goal, gets him out of that zone, and you've got to fill in the gaps. You've got to fill in the run. That's exactly what Mauricio Pereira does. A little deflection, fine, no problem whatsoever. 8 in the box for Orlando. Janssen. And it was Kyle Smith. Eric Williamson. In a brave run from Orlando City. Lasted in this tournament far longer than anyone realistically seemed to expect. He's got it up. And the final line of a unique story is written. MLS is back, and so are the Portland Timbers in the winners' enclosure.
All right, my friends. Thank you again for tuning in to the 2020 season vlog for Orlando City. MLS is back is over. The Lions, since the last episode, defeated LA FC and then moved on to defeat Minnesota United 3-1 in an impressive performance. That's probably one of the prettiest goals of the tournament. Definitely one of the most impressive goals in Orlando City history by Nani. And then Orlando City falls to the Portland Timbers 2-1 in the final. As an Orlando City fan, I have to say I'm devastated. I'm gutted that the Lions did not manage to win the CCL berth and managed to get a real trophy in MLS. Orlando City definitely has won trophies in the USL era, 5 of them, and regional tournaments and friendlies and preseason tournaments. But in MLS, evidently to be taken seriously by the opposition, you have to have a championship in the MLS. 5 years of hardships have denied Orlando City that trophy. But coming into the MLS is back tournament, the experts always said that Orlando City was gonna, at best, win 1 point and just flame out. And Orlando City did the complete opposite. Not only did Orlando City defeat Miami, which was a heavy favorite, Orlando City defeated convincingly New York City, tied, coming from behind versus a very good Philadelphia Union team. Managed to get a win over a crafty, resourceful Montreal Impact. The surprise of the tournament was winning in PKs against LAFC, coming back to tie the game at the death, which show a lot of resilience from this team. We are not going to go quiet into the night. And then after that, defeating Minnesota United, one of the teams that started just like Orlando City, coming from the minors, had 2 bad seasons, third season managing to make it to the Open Cup final, which they lost to Atlanta United, and also making playoffs in 3 years, using the same exact coaching staff and coach as Orlando City had in the USL era and the first 18 months of MLS existence. So it was important for Orlando City to sort of like kill that bug, kill the past, just let it die by defeating Adrian Heath, who's beloved in this town, by the way, and moving on to the final. My hopes going to the final were very simple. We had defeated Portland many, many times before, and we only have lost once to them, so I felt that we had a good chance. But at the end of the day, 2 similar teams, Portland basically threw the bait, and Orlando City aided of basically getting fouls in dangerous areas and converting on set pieces. That's when the veteran tendencies of a team that has been a nucleus for such a long time and that had a very competent manager that had more time with them to drill them into obviously the champion there today. So congrats to Portland. I think in 9 games, Oscar Pareja had definitely turned the tables for Orlando City, made Orlando City a contender. At the end of this tournament, Orlando City walks away with $150,000 plus $14,000 per win in the not in the group stages. So we made some money, and I think the window is open for transfers. So we will have to see what Orlando City is gonna do. Definitely, Orlando City needs a striker. That anybody can tell you is a fact. Um, Dom Dwyer is gone for the rest of the season, knee surgery. We haven't seen in our players or our bench any hopes to have suitable replacement. But I have to tell you, with every year since we lost Kyle Larin, it's obvious that we need a prolific goal scorer. We're creating opportunities. We're putting the ball in dangerous areas, but we're not finishing. And that is the most impressive thing about this tournament, because we managed to make it to the final just by some luck, but also pure genius for Nani, which, in my opinion, Nani is right now the offense. And if he has a bad night, like he did last night in the final, then you are not going to win the game. And that is very evident. But we have proven to the world that we are a team that can be taken for granted. It's not gonna be an easy 3 points as before. They're crafty. They can come back from behind. They can punch you. They can hurt you, and it's gonna be interesting. Orlando City now moves to 6 games in a regional stage in the regular season that starts today as I'm filming this. Um, so it's gonna face Miami, Nashville, and Atlanta 3 times. Sorry, 2 times. Those 3 teams for a total of 6 games. Atlanta right now managed to fire their manager after failing to score a single goal and collect a win in MLS's back, which means that they failed to collect any points from the 9 points on the table, and sit very low on the line to make playoffs, which really doesn't matter this year because 10 teams from the East are going to be making playoffs. That's 10 out of 14. So you really have to have a bad season not to make playoffs this year. So they're an enigma right now. We don't know what kind of Atlanta we're going to have. They don't have Joseph Martinez, and they have a transitional manager. So we'll have to see what happens. Nashville had problems at the beginning of the season. Unfortunately, they had a lot of COVID positive cases. They had to drop out of the tournament. They're going to be playing 3 games with Dallas, which also had to drop out of the tournament in the coming up days. And I guess we'll have to see where they are versus Orlando City as far as talent, quality, and development of the squad. And Miami failed to win, failed to collect points. They have lost their 5 league games, all of them making it a record for worst start for a expansion team in MLS. And so we'll have to see, did they correct those issues? Did they add pieces to make it a winning side? We'll find out. August 22nd, Orlando City will be restarting the regular season and is going to be visiting Miami. There's not going to be any fans. Similar weather, just 3.5 hour drive down the road. So it will be interesting to see how Orlando will do. It will be the first time Orlando is traveling for a game since February when they visited Colorado. So, am I upset about the performance? No. Nobody saw us winning. Nobody saw us in that pitch in the final. We had some fun times. This is what football is all about: is development. This roster still remains a very much James O'Connor roster that surprisingly to a lot of people, I'm not saying fans, I'm saying like experts, everybody, how Oscar Pareja grabbed these players that failed to achieve anything last year, and with a few exceptions, because I believe the team added, maybe 4 or 5 pieces. You have a team that, with the same players, can get results. So it will be interesting to me how we pay off our debt, get rid of some of the remaining bad contracts that we had in the Nicky Budalik era, and how we do in the postseason, and how do we look in 2021. I'm very hopeful that Oscar Pareja is going to turn this into a very winning side. Not saying we're going to be lifting trophies and going on long streaks or breaking records or anything like that, but I want to be competitive. I want to be competitive. If you're competitive, you make it to the playoffs. All it takes is the one goal, the one chance. We saw that in the knockout round when LAFC was given, basically people were basically saying this is a formality. Thank you, Orlando City. It was fun, and Orlando City managed to pull the opposite. And so it's like that. The game against Miami, just lucky bounce of the ball. Nani punches it in. We done. And that's why I love football, soccer, is because it's so unpredictable and so incredibly cruel at times, where you're gonna be crying of joy or anger. I mean, it's what it is. But that said, this was fun. I hope that we get a similar style tournament in MLS in the future. I think that will be fun. That will be very cool to have that. I think all the fans can, regardless of what team they follow, they can agree the tournament was fun. I think this is how we should start our preseason. Make it worth something. Maybe throw a CCL spot on it, cash, playoff spots, something of value that people will kill themselves for, to make it worth something. I think it's very fun. I follow teams overseas. Stevenage in England in League Two, Go Borough, and Maccabi Haifa in Israel. And those countries, those leagues have several tournaments going alongside the regular season. So a team can collect different trophies along the way, or at least has a chance to lift a trophy, even if they don't get promoted or manage to win the league. And I think we should do that. I think our season, our sport, just play for MLS and Open Cup, is too narrow minded. And maybe have regional competitions where, now that we're going to the regional type of setting with this 6-game series, maybe we can have, for example, in the Southeast, maybe Atlanta, Nashville, Charlotte, Orlando, Miami can compete for something in the Southeast of meaning, bragging rights. I think that would be very cool. And but that said, congratulations to the Orlando players and the organization. We did what nobody thought we were going to do. We're moving in the right direction, but nonetheless, my friends, I am hurt. I really wanted to lift that trophy, and to lose the way we did, it sucked. But at the end of the day, winning is winning, and losing is losing, and that's what football teaches us. Defeat is a wonderful teacher. Her tuition, though, is super expensive. So with that said, thank you again for watching. Go City. And let's see what the regular season has for us.